Right, sorry, you were saying. It was about the smock dresses.
Yes. Oh.
And sewing.
Yes.
You learnt to sew at a young age.
Oh yes. From 5 years old I could knit and I could sew, and I used to do these smocked dresses for little girls and babies.
So would that be something that your mum taught you?
Yeah.
How to sew?
Yeah. Oh, I was doing stitching from the age of 3. Knitting, I could knit. At 4 years old I was knitting baby clothes, which I'm still doing now at my age.
At the age of?
89.
89.
And I still knit baby clothes every day for people.
It's keeping your hands busy.
Oh, yeah, well, it does. It keeps you younger.
It's for your eyes as well, eh? It keeps your eyes.
With having
Nice
the
and
accident
strong.
where everything was paralysed, I think after a year and a half to be able to do it again is quite an achievement, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Because, as I say, it was a year and a half. I was...
To have the determination to do it again.
I mean, everything was paralysed. My hands aren't even right now, but I still do it.
So does it take you a wee bit longer?
Oh, yes.
But you persevere?
Yes, I've only got a thumb and a first finger that's normal on my right hand.
Right.
The others don't really work, so...
Is it arthritis?
No, it's the fall. My hand got broken and the bones
Is that from that?
Oh, yeah. The bones never went together. They just go together, but they're not joined, if you know what I mean. The whole body's like that. My spine as well is like that. I sometimes find it a job to get up. And that'll never mend either. But I'm lucky that I've got Maria, and that makes me have to keep going because she needs help. She can't do everything.
I think your determination does it.
Yeah. Well, every morning Maria comes with her wet hair and I brush and put her hair up. It's difficult, but I do it. Yes, so that she's smart.
So you're not only taking care of yourself?
Oh no, I have to keep going with Maria. I mean, she might feel like she does an awful lot for me, but there's little things that Maria can't do.
Mm-hmm.
And I help her
teamwork.
with that. Oh yeah.
So the last time you were here, we spoke about the war and how different it was.
Oh yeah. Well, I was in London, and I was 3 years old when the war started, and I was 10 when it finished. So we lived in shelters in the front door, metal containers at the front door in case the house got bombed. They could get you out. And that was
what do you mean? What was that?
They were like a metal structure, and it was like a bunk bed. You had a big middle floor of metal, and obviously a thin mattress. So half the family slept at the bottom. They were the people that could get out first, and then.
So did you stop sleeping in your bedroom?
Oh no, you didn't go to bed.
You would go to bed?
No, you went in this. You couldn't because your house might have got bombed and you couldn't get out. And so, no, you really.
So you were living on edge?
Oh yeah. Well, there was aeroplanes and bombs whizzing, and you heard the bombs in the sky whizzing along. You heard the noise of them, and when it stopped, you knew they were dropping. And you had to hope that when they dropped, they didn't drop on you. And that was all those years like that. Spitfire planes and bombs.
What does that kind of thing do to your nerves, Cynthia?
Well, you just accepted it. And I mean, I think I've already told you. I lived about 1.5 miles from the school. I was 5 years old, and my mother used to put me out the door with my gas mask on the front of me. In case I got the siren went, you had to put a gas mask on. I was 5 years old, and I had to go to school myself, walk, and come home.
1.5 miles?
Yeah. And had to listen myself for the sirens, know what I had to do, and I had to find a shelter at 5.
Was there like a wee community sort of thing? Like
No, there was nothing.
nothing like that. So
Nothing.
you
There
just
was-
wouldn't all walk to school together within a group?
No,
or-
no. You just got there yourself, and you knew where the shelters were underground. So if it was really worrying, you went down underground until the siren all clear went. You had an all clear sign. When the all clear sign went, you could go out the shelter.
Was that a different siren?
Yes.
A
yes.
different buzz?
A different noise. Yeah, all clear. I mean, that was from the age of 3 until I was sort of 9, 10.
See, at that time, can you remember, was there a bell to go into school?
No.
There was no bells for
No.
school?
There was nothing. You had to be silent. That would encourage if there was bells and things going. There was
Really?
nothing. Oh, yeah. Of course, there was only the radio to hear what was going on. There was no television.
I think we spoke about that before as well, your first television.
Yeah, I bought it for my mum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it was a 12-inch console.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you bought that as a gift for your mum. So
Bought
how
it,
old were
yeah.
you then?
I can't remember when the television started now.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you the exact date. I could find that out.
I don't really know. Oh, well, the coronation. When was the coronation? 1953?
Right.
Well, that's when the television started coming. That's when I bought it.
For
my
the
mum,
coronation?
For the coronation, so we could see it. Yeah.
And did you all gather together and watch it like?
We did watch it, yeah. I think it was 1953, and that was, I mean, televisions were about but very sparse, but that was the first of sort of people buying them for their homes.
And what was the day? What was it like? Was there a buzz around the day with the coronation?
Oh, yeah.
Did you collect any memorabilia or anything like that?
No, I didn't. Because we'd sort of, when you think about it, 1945 to 53 is not many years, and yeah. We'd only just sort of celebrated the end of the war, and the end of the war, they put tables, like the pasting tables, right down the street and brought food, and all the street went and sat together and had a sort of thank goodness it's over meal, sandwiches and things.
That's just
in the
giving me
street,
goosebumps.
in the street, all of us. And this wasn't just our street.
Can you remember what you made, or what your mum made, or?
No. It was sort of like a government thing. It wasn't any personal people doing it. It was.
So the government put on all the food?
Yeah. And,
Oh, that's really interesting to me, because every time I've read these things, I've always assumed that everyone made their own thing
no,
and
it was a
brought
big
it to the
thing.
table.
No.
So how did that work then? Could you remember if, like, did it all get delivered, or did
I
you
don't
get
know, 'cause
coupons, or
remember I was only
you were young?
9-year-old.
9,
And
yeah.
it was. You
wouldn't have remembered
couldn't-
the ins and
yeah, you
outs.
couldn't accept it was over, even, you know. So. And I even, when the war was on, even the camera, because there was a big hole in front of our house, and lots of cars, not cars, it wasn't cars, it was bicycles, didn't see the hole and went down, and that was them.
Oh,
And-
really?
Oh, yeah, outside our house. So
Like a sinkhole sort of?
yeah, the bomb had dropped
Oh.
and put this hole, and who it was came with a camera, people that were filming the war, and I think I was three and a half, and I had a toy, a Felix toy. It was like a sort of
A wee cat.
yeah, and I was cuddling that when I was watching what was going on, and they took a film of me walking around. They'd asked me to walk around the side of my house with this Felix and come back again. And they
What,
took
for the news?
for the news, yeah. So I can remember that. But I should hate, well, there won't. If there was a war again, we'd all be dead before we got anything like what I went through. But
I think wars change, don't they?
yeah, oh yes.
like intelligence.
Yeah, more intelligent, which is unfortunate.
I think in this day and age it would be more of a psychological war.
Yeah. With a centre bomb, we'd all be wiped out, wouldn't we?
Well, there's different technologies now, isn't there?
Oh yeah. To see these things coming and perhaps prevent it.
Do you have many memories before the war, or
No.
far too young to have any memories
I
from
can.
that?
Well, I can remember just before the war. I can remember my nan. You know, she I told you she was German, and I used to speak German to her. And when I was 3, before the war, she died. I can remember that, but that's all I can remember. Losing her.
So was that something that happened? So when did your nan, you said, your nan, your
Nana.
grandparents?
I called her Nana.
Yeah. So when did she emigrate from Germany?
Oh, she'd been. Oh, well, I don't know. She'd just been with us all the time.
Not something that you could remember.
She was always over. She lived with us, you know.
Do you think that would have been from World War One?
Maybe because I mean she was there. We were at war with Germany, and luckily she died before the war.
The Second World War.
The Second World War, so might have been a bit awkward. But,
was there any conflict or anything like that? Do you remember if there was, like, from German ancestry? Did anybody get any hassle or anything like that?
No, there was
That's
nothing.
good.
There was nothing. Just we all lived happily and normally until the war. The war wasn't with sort of us. It was with sort of idiots.
So would you say that the war kind of divided people then?
I don't know, because as I say, I was young and everyone got on with everybody, because there were a lot of Jewish people as well living where we were, and there was no conflict between them either. We were all just helping each other.
Just got on with life.
Yeah, everyone got on with everyone. There was no fighting, there was everyone, it was a nice world. There was nothing.
It's just the impact that a war has on a society.
Oh yes.
And it's the lasting impact. I mean,
even to this day at my age, I can turn my brain back even now as if I'm there.
does it bother you to do that?
No, because I survived and we all survived, and lots of my school pals and not didn't, but you just accepted that's what happened, you know. But,
at that age, though, you hadn't to accept that.
Yeah. I don't know whether it was the war or whether it was me, but the children in those days seemed to be very mature and grown up. They had to be. They couldn't be sort of nursed and babyfied because they had to fend for themselves, because their parents were, often their dads were at war, you know, helping with the town, protecting people. So.
And would a lot of their mums be at work?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, pre-war, do you know if your nana worked or anything like that, or did she do?
No, I don't know.
She brought up her children.
Yes, yes.
That's just the way it was, though, eh?
Yeah. Oh yes, everyone was sort of happy together.
Would you say families were closer, or do you think families have always had?
I think families were closer than what they are now. A lot of children sort of didn't move away from home as quickly as they do these days. I mean, as quick as children can get a job and get away, they do at the moment, don't they?
So what was the average age? What age were you when you got married and left the home?
20.
20.
I was 17. Yes, 17 when I met my husband as I was at work. And I was at work at 16.
And what was it you first did?
In research.
Oh.
Researching quartz crystals. And they were used in valves and things, which all the electronics used in those days.
Well, we use quartz crystals in mobile phones, I believe.
Yes. Well, this was sort of in valves for all the electrical equipment and things. You have a quartz crystal, but I had to sort of X-ray and diagnose, and somebody would slice them, and then I would polish them, little tiny discs, and then they'd go away to the electronic company.
Did you ever find out, like, what was their qualities? Like, what were you testing for?
Making them.
You were making them?
Yeah, from a block, it's like a rock, a quartz rock.
Uh-huh.
And part of the company were slicing them into sort of thin bits, and then I was doing the X-raying and things so that they worked as like a valve in machinery.
That's quite fascinating stuff. So that would have been quite new technology at the time?
Definitely, yeah.
So you were working on something...
In research, yeah.
Yeah. Completely modern at that stage though,
yeah.
eh?
Oh yeah, it was hard.
So you would what? You would cut through the quartz?
I wouldn't personally, but lads would be in the mechanical side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you got the thin bits, you had to get them sorted and sort of the electronics in them so that they would work all these equipment.
Wow.
I don't know what they're using these days now.
Probably not. Sure.
I don't know. It's probably something more advanced, obviously, but in those days it was remarkable.
So that would have all been new findings, new technology at the
definitely.
time?
Yeah. Then the son, when we moved up here, he was in electronics for the GEC, believe it or not.
What's the
General Electric Company? He was with them when he came up to Scotland, first of all in Cowdenbeath and then Grosmathus. Because it was all factories where Morrison's is.
Mm-hmm.
It was all big factories down there.
Electrical factories?
Yeah. All factories, there wasn't shops there. And at Bankhead it was all factories. Times change.
Yeah, they do change. I get very interested in the war because...
You wouldn't have liked it, I can assure you.
I don't think anybody would have liked it.
It's normal to me because I was only 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And that was all my life until I was 9, nearly 10, every day.
But the fact that you can recall it.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting to me.
Oh,
you know, like
yeah.
you're getting first-hand knowledge. I'm not reading it from a book.
You can't forget it.
Does it upset you to talk about it, or are you?
No.
Like you said, you were a survivor.
I'm thankful that we all survived, and I feel sorry for the friends that I lost. But it was nice to know. Well, I don't like it when I hear aeroplanes over here.
Oh, really? Does that still do it?
Yeah, as you hear them low, the big planes that are going from Aberdeen across, and I hear them, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. The noise of an aeroplane in the sky, I don't like. But
sends shivers.
Oh yeah, I don't like that. That'll never leave you.
That's our colour in for now.
Stop sketching, Mrs. Stop sketching.